Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump into it, and I'm going to start showing a little bit about the website. I have it pulled up over here. So we're just going to go ahead and start with the home page and then work our way through. All the stuff is pretty basic. You're just going to come up here to your page menu, select the page that you want to work on. We're going to go ahead to the home. And if you see here, this is important to note, there are these dotted lines. These are your borders. So anything that you add or take away, you don't want it to leave outside of these dotted lines, or else when you're actually previewing it, it's going to be cut off. So for example, if this AdSense thing were to come outside of the dotted line and we were to preview it, oh, it doesn't work. But actually when you view it in the actual internet, you wouldn't be able to see it outside of the dotted lines. I'm just going to move that back right there. So this is an AdSense block. It does still need to be connected to the AdSense account. Here's your blog feed. Let me go ahead and show you how to work this. So you just go ahead and click. If you want to add a new blog post, you're going to come over here to Manage Posts. These are the posts that you gave me that I already have added in. If you want to edit or change any of these, you can just go ahead, come over here, and click Edit. There's a couple of things about these posts that I want to show you. Up here is where your title goes. And the title, font, all of that choice option is taken care of outside of this blog app. But what your text is going to look like, style and size, you take care of in here. So all of your blog posts I have set as as open sans. And all of it is size 16 or 15. And that's what you'll have. See this right here that's highlighted in blue? This is a link. So to add links, you're going to highlight the text that you want to link, and this little box is going to pop up. You come over to this chain symbol. This is how you add a link. After you click OK, you're going to come over here to the color icon and just choose to color it blue. That's just for consistency's sake and to help signal that it's an actual link that people can click on. Down here you see we have an image for the post. You can add images by coming up here and clicking image. All of this right here is the stuff that you personally have uploaded to your account. If you come over here, this is a really great tool. This is free from Wix. You can find a ton of images that are free for you to use and share, that are in the Wix domain that you're allowed to use on your website without worrying about copyright issues. Anyway, so if you want to add an image, you can come over here, pick one that you've already uploaded, or upload a new one from your computer. Another thing to keep in mind is some of the details on this right side. So you can add tags for your posts. You could add music or anything else that will help readers to be able to find specific things that they want to read about. You can also come over here to related posts, so that way they are able to get suggestions. So now that's pretty much all there is to do in blog editing. Now you can also click it. Manage posts is where you go to write and edit posts. You can add new posts, and then I come over here to settings. This is just how many posts you want per page. So here we have 10 posts per page. We haven't reached that limit yet, so we don't have multiple pages. You can select how many characters you want in this section that displays. You can design your read more button, change the text, all that kind of stuff right here. If you come over here to layouts, you could change the actual design. Right now we have this sort of mosaic design, but you can also swap it so it looks like this. So you can just keep that in mind. You can also choose how many columns you want. Right now I have it set for 2, but you can have 3. It looks a little squished. Also, you can opt to go to design. This is where you can change the font for the title, the post body that's displayed, image, date and author categories, all that kind of good stuff. It's really self-explanatory. So for instance, if you wanted a design title, come over here. These are your fonts that we have set right now, and the font size, font color, etc., etc. Down here on the side, we have a recent posts list. This will show your 3 most recent posts. You can also change those settings a little bit. Pretty much anything in the site you can click on and change setting. Manage posts, settings, layouts, design. Now down here are these tags I was talking about. These tags, when a person is on your site, they'll be able to click on them and it will take them to those suggested tags. Here we go. Politics and news are the tags that are on this article, the one that's for the march, for the school shooting. Etc., etc. Right now, you don't have any of your social stuff linked up, but you can. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this first page and dealing with your blog. Come over here, I'll take you to the photography page. Now this right here is just an interactive display. It's called just a slideshow. Now you can manage the slides. I just kind of set up a mock slide. It says new photography collection, but you don't have any collections. This is just something you can change. This is called a button. You can add buttons anywhere. Actually, I'll get to editing stuff like that later. Anyway, this is what I have so far. You can add slides, manage slides, flip them around, or you can delete this entire thing. It's really up to you. Same thing with any of the other applications. You can change the background picture, you can edit, you can change the layout, design, etc., etc. This right here is a gallery. Here's a photo that I added in that you gave me. Now you can change the images for any of these pictures. You just click on it, click replace image, and change that with anything that you want. Select the image, and there you go. Now, you can add as many images as you'd like, but you can also change the style of the gallery. Right now, again, I have sort of mosaic setup. Come over here to layouts. Sorry. Design. Here we have a couple of different options. And this is stuff that you can mess around with. Now we're going to go over to the About page. This is the About You. It has your picture. It has a paragraph that you sent me. And right here is a button. You'll notice that it does say button. And I'll show you a little bit more about all these different things that you can add to your site. But this isn't hooked up to anything. If you'd like to hook this button up so that they can contact you, just come over here and you can link it back to your email, to a web address, to your phone number, or you can link it to the contact you box. So this is something that's not super necessary. If you wanted to get rid of it, you just highlight it, click on it, and then hit the delete button on your computer and it's gone. If you want your people who are viewing your site to be able to ask questions, you can add in a lot of cool stuff. Now this bar over here to the left is where you get everything to add to your site. I've never really used much of these two buttons up here, so I wouldn't worry about that. If you come over here to the add button, it'd be good for you just to come in and explore all these different options. It's really easy to use. So right here, contact. You can add a contact you box. You just add it right into the page. Change size. You can come in here, change the layout. You can change the design. Pick a different design if you'd like. And then you can set up your email for people to be able to contact you. It's things like that that you can add to your site. I'll just show you some other things that you can add real fast. Come over here, you just add an image. You can add any of your images or your image uploads, but you can also add clip art. Clip art is something that I have used in your site, but it comes in a lot of different things. So if I come over here, I'll type in a keyword, something that would go with the theme of your site. And we would have some things that we could add. If you notice here, I have the stamp stripe. This is something that I've already added to this page. See? Stamp stripes. Stamp stripes. This is just clip art. So you can also add more galleries. I'll show you some of the galleries here. The galleries are what we had on that photography page. Things that will display photographs and things of that nature. You have a lot of different options, and these can all be edited as you want. They have full width galleries, and they have slider galleries. Again, just click change images, swap out any images that you'd like. Another cool thing is to remember that you can link pretty much anything on your site. Just find the link button. It's always a chain image, and then you just add the site that you want to link to. You can link it to an email, or you can link it to an anchor or a lightbox. So I'm going to show you what those are real quick. So first of all, an anchor can be a really useful tool. I don't know if you'll use it much in this site. I used it a lot in mine. Let me go more. So this is how anchors work. Sometimes when you have really long pages, you'll want to link somebody to that. So say you have this contact me button for more questions. You want people to click that and for it to take them down here to the bottom of the page where say maybe you have a question and answer section. But you don't know how to make that happen. That's what these anchors are for. So you'd come down to the place you'd want to send people to, and you go ahead and you add an anchor. Get back to that. Just click it in. That's what this blue line is. You go ahead and name it. We'll just leave the name anchor number 2. And what you can do is you can come up to any image, to any button, to any photograph, and you can decide to link it to an anchor and anchor it. And then when you click done, we'll go ahead and go into preview and I'll show you how this works. So if I were to click this, it would bring me right down to where this anchor is. The anchor is invisible to your guests, but it's something that you can use to direct to different parts of your site. Go ahead and remove that. Alright, so that's the About page. There are a couple other things. You'll notice that you have more pages than you do bars. If you come over here to Manage Pages, you'll see that some of these are marked with like a little crossed out eyeball because these aren't visible to the public. These are kind of inactive pages, just if you ever wanted to add them back in. This is a members page. Right now, you don't have any members. Your site can be set up to have members, so that's why I saved that for you. You also have a contact page with a contact box. That's something that you can link a button to, so people are redirected to this box. Also, I have an alternate blog page. So right now your blog is set up on the home page, but you can also have this alternate page. Now this is the one that we decided not, this is the style that we decided not to go with because it didn't have any room for ads. But if for some reason you decided that you wanted this kind of cleaner look, you could come back to this design. It has a really nice search box, very accurate. I'll demonstrate. The search box, say I wanted to find something about Twitter. Look at it right there. And this pulls out information from the title as well as the actual post. We'll try a couple more things. Gun. Maybe art. You see, it's very, very detailed, very, very accurate. That's something that I really love about that. Another thing about this blog post setup that I really liked was that it shows you how many views each of these posts have gotten. It's viewed once, viewed twice, both by me. It also shows which admin wrote it and when it was published. Anyway, so this is always a setup that you can revert back to if you want. And as I'm sure you've already seen, if you just want to see how something would look on display, go ahead and click preview. When you've done a bunch of editing and you're ready to save your site, come over here to the publish button. And this is going to publish your site with the changes. Sometimes you don't want to publish it right away, so you can save it and then publish the changes later, just with the save button. This right here is the mobile button. This is to see what your site looks like on mobile view. As it says right here, the changes that you make here in mobile view aren't going to change anything on your desktop site. Here we go. You see this slideshow is right here up at the top. We're going to decide we don't like that very much. We're just going to delete that. It's going to come over here to the Hidden Elements tab. Once again, you can decide which page you're going to edit. And sometimes not everything will line up perfectly from your desktop to your mobile. So that might be something that you might need to come into mobile and change around. Usually, it's not much of a problem. So like this right here is the, so for your mobile site, this is a really bad setup. So we're just going to remove the clip art. We're going to put you up top and move the question info button down. Oh, my computer's freezing up. There we go. That way you can rearrange as you feel necessary on something that will look best on mobile, in opposed to the desktop version. See this right here, this space? Instead of shifting everything up, you just leave the space. It's pretty easy to catch on to. You can go ahead and save it. publish now. Now, going back to desktop, there's not much more to show you about this actual site itself. I would definitely encourage you to continue exploring this add button. You can add art, galleries, images, text boxes, buttons. Buttons are really great. I'll show you what a light box is real quick. A light box is one of those things where when you log into a site, the screen kind of gets covered up and an ad will pop up, something that says, "Hey, would you like to sign up right now? Put your email address in and we'll send you information or coupons or updates." It's one of those website pop-ups that invites you to become a member or to give you their email. So we'll just kind of demonstrate. We'll preview the site. And voila, it popped back up. And then this right here is a button, which you would edit the lightbox button. Maybe you want them to instead of go to the site, you want them to go to a certain page. You want them to be directed to the About Us page so they can get to know a whole lot about you and maybe sign up through that page. Just ideas of stuff that you can use later. We're not going to use this, so we're going to go ahead and delete it. Delete. Okay, I'll delete that later. Go back. Here we go. I should mention this, lightboxes do kind of function as their own separate page. So if you want to delete or really edit it, you have to come into the page menu. This is also a page menu. Okay, so enough of that for now. I'm going to take you over and show you a little bit about the Google Analytics page that I set up for you. This is Google Analytics. I set up this account for you. It's for illuminateourworld.news@gmail.com. This is going to show you how many active users you have, how long each of them spends on the site, and your bounce rate. The bounce rate is actually a very important number, and you want to keep it low. The bounce rate is how likely your users are to stay on your site and visit different pages. How many sessions, how many users. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what my Google Analytics page looks like for one of my websites. Okay, obviously I'm not like automatically signed in, so we'll figure that out later. We'll go back to yours. Why does it do this to me? I don't want to sign up, I want to sign in. Okay, that's being a pain, so we'll leave that alone for now. Show you a couple of things in your main account. Oops. This Wix blog app is for your second option blog, not the one that you're currently using. Get found on Google. This is to improve site SEO. If you ever add a new page, this is what you're going to need to do. I'm going to do all it for you though. It's very basic. They're going to have a checklist for you. And you're going to find something that isn't done. Update the contact info on the homepage. This is something that I'll do for you. And all you're going to do is add in contact info. It's going to give you step-by-step on how to do it. It's going to refresh your page. And then you're going to have better SEO, site SEO. SEO is how well people are able to find your site on the internet. If you have bad SEO, you're going to have bad traffic. SEO is pretty much like the science of being found online. Yeah, I mean, there's actually not that much more to show you. Like I said, it's going to be pretty quick. It's all very self-explanatory. If you do want to connect a mailbox one day, say if you ever want to have subscribers and send them emails, you can connect a mailbox. You can also send them automated emails. Say if you got a light box that invited someone to sign up to your site, when they signed up, you could set it so they automatically get a welcoming email without you having to do that all manually. And like anything on the site, if you have questions, all you have to do is come into Google, open a tab, and any question you have, just add it. Like, there are tons and tons of tutorials. Wix has a lot of good information. YouTube is a really good tool, but Wix and their tutorials are very, very helpful. They give you step by step, they give you good description. Use the support that they have for you.